Okay, let's start the session now. Welcome to Career Makers Education again. Myself is Bijal Shah, and today we are going to take writing task 1 for specific general training students. All right. There is a minor basic difference in academic and general training students. So you can see in general writing task 1 for general students, that is letter writing. That's what you need to write to the letter to the concerned person in a different variety of languages. Whereas in academic writing task 1, they need to write a report in a word form from the graphic forms. Whereas writing task 2 is same for both general and academic students as well. Now in writing task 1, in academic test, you need to write a report on the data set or a map or a process chart, whereas in general training students, you need to write a letter to a friend or relatives or a colleague. Sometimes they ask you to write the letters to the government agency or interested groups as well. And then after they will give you the information, they will give you the situation first, and then after they will give you the details that what you need to write in your letter. A minimum word count for a letter is 150 words. So we are not supposed to write more than 180 words maximum. We don't want to overwrite our letter. And simultaneously, as we know that weightage for essay is 2/3 and the weightage for essay is 6 bands. So that we need to spend 20 minutes only for writing task 1 to save clearly 40 minutes for essay, right? They will give you both writing tasks all together, and then you need to allocate with the time limit to 40 minutes for writing task 2 and 20 minutes for writing task 1, because the weightage for writing task 1 is 1/3. All right. And now these are the marking criterias that you can see that marking criteria I have taken earlier as well, but just to brief, who have not attended the previous lectures, earlier lectures, can have an idea about how they are marking your writing parts. They mark with your task achievement in writing task 1. As we are taking writing task 1 today, I am talking about writing task 1 marking criteria only. So in task achievement, they are checking that have you clearly mentioned that what they are looking for, that's what you need to write in your letter. For example, in letter, they will give you the situation, and then after to whom you need to write the letter, that's what they check. So in writing task 1, you need to clearly mention that to whom you are writing. On the base of the person you are writing, the language will be decided. So are you writing in a proper language? That, and then have you added all the mentioned bulleted points they are asking for? That everything comes as a task achievement. Then coming to the coherence and cohesion, that sufficient number of paragraphs, main features, and linking devices between the paragraphs and between the sentences, logical use of linking devices, those comes as a coherence and cohesion part. Then coming to the lexical resource, that unique vocabulary, the first of all. Then synonyms, that what you are using from the statement and situations given. Apart from that, based on the situation, how good you are able to use vocabulary based on the topic given, that comes as a lexical resources. And then coming to the grammatical range and accuracy. Grammatical accuracy, of course, we know sentences and overall whole writing must be grammatically correct, whereas grammatical range, that how good You are able to paraphrase the statement, how good you are having the variety of the sentence structures and tenses, and how good you are having a combination from the simple sentences to complex sentences, that everything comes as a grammatical range and accuracy. So these are the main 4 marking criteria. Out of these, your scores are decided. All right. Now coming to the writing task 1, very specific for general training students. First of all, you need to check that what type of letter it is. It is a formal letter, it is a semi-formal or informal letter. Based on the type of the letter, we need to use our language. Open and closing statements should be very correctly based on the type of the language. So if you can see over here, if it is a formal language, then in that case you need to write with the opening of dear sir and madam, and then you need to you don't know the name of the person, because it's a formal language. That shows that characteristic of that formal language is the someone you have not met and whose name even you don't know. In formal and semi-formal we have taken. In informal one, when you don't know, you know that person very personally and you have that friendly relation with that person, in that case you need to write dear and the direct name of that person. That's the opening, and the ending it will be best regards and your direct name. Okay, then you need to open your formal and semi-formal language. After the opening, like dear sir or madam, that will be your opening, and after the opening there will be opening statement. So you need to write a formal sentence in formal and semi-formal language. In that case, we are not supposed to write a friendly language throughout. Whereas in open an informal letter with a general paragraph, it is the best to acknowledge that friendship first before getting down to the reason for your letter. Okay, so in formal and semi-formal letters, the opening statement will be formal sentence, and in informal one, of course, we need to acknowledge our friendship or relations, whatever we are having. So as I just mentioned earlier, that how to identify the informal letter. The only time you will be writing an informal letter as if the instructions tell you to write to a friend or a relative. It is simply as clear as that. When they mention you very specific that you need to write a letter to your friend or a relative, in that case only you are supposed to write informal letter. Otherwise it will be a formal or sometimes semi-formal. Clear? All right. So now over here I am showing you 3 examples. Write in the chat box that first, second and third, what type of letter it is. Formal, semi-formal or informal. You can write 1 and the type of letter, 2 and the type of letter, and 3 type of letter. All right. Then yes, first is formal letter, then second one is okay. And third one is all right, all right. So see, now to be very specific, how you can identify the types of letter. The first letter is to someone we do not know, and that is therefore it is completely formal letter. Whereas in second one, it is very easy to identify formal and informal, but sometimes it must be tricky to identify semi-formal language. That in the second letter, you are writing to your manager. Where now, I mean, कई बार ऐसा होता है कि we are very much comfortable and friendly with our manager, but make sure in this case manager is the same as the colleague or co-worker, and so the letter will be semi-formal. All right, though you are having friendly relation with the manager, but make sure over here we need to go with the status and the designation. So in that case it will be semi-formal. Over here I have mistaken written that formal one, but it is semi-formal one. And third one, of course, that as it is clearly mentioned that you need to write a English speaking friend, and so it will be complete informal tone. Clear? So first of all, the first we need to understand the language. Now today we are going to take the informal letter. That it might seem like a waste of valuable time, but planning is an essential part of the IELTS writing paper. Why? Because we need to complete our whole letter writing in 20 minutes. See, letter writing, I am not saying letter writing is difficult or easy, but simultaneously, because we need to complete this writing task 1 in 20 minutes with average word count of 150. And so it is very important to organize and plan your writing. When you don't plan, you will stuck in middle of your writing. And so ultimately, maybe it will look unorganized, or you are having a shortage of time. And or else ultimately it will affect on your essay as well. Right? And so remember that your letter must be well organized and easy to read. And so a plan will really help you with this and actually save your time so that you can utilize your time in your essay writing. All right, so don't neglect. This is the structure for informal letter. That's what you need to follow very clearly. Remember these structures and follow these structures every time throughout your letter. All right, in informal one, dear, and then you need to write the name of that person only. Dear John, or dear Anita, or dear Janki, dear Dhruv. So dear and the first name of your friend or a relative. All right. Then you need to write that why you are writing to them, and in one sentence only, along with the addressing of your acknowledgement of relations. For example, over here, I have given you that I am just writing to let you know that. And then you can just describe the situation. Before that, you can start with your opening acknowledgement statement, which I told you that you should write in your informal language. So those two statements will come in your paragraph 1. All right. Then they will give you 3 bulleted points. In that example earlier, I have shown you 3 examples. So in all 3 examples, you can see that there will be 3 bulleted points, and those bulleted points you need to write in specific each paragraphs. So in paragraph 2, you need to write bullet point 1 and its support details. Paragraph 3 will be bulleted point 2 and its supporting details, and paragraph 4 will be again bulleted point 3 and its supporting details. After that, you are adding a closing statement that looking forward to hearing from you, or else you can add, as it is informal language, you can add that give my regards to your parents, depending upon to whom you need to write. So make sure with the clear statement. Out of this, I would suggest that looking forward to hearing from you soon. It's a general statement. That's what you can write in any kind of relations. So you can remember these statements very clearly. You can use this statement every time when you are practicing for informal language, right? So that it will be easy for you to write in your examinations as well. And then it will be the ending, that all the best wishes, best regards. Out of this 3, anything you can write as a informal sentence, and your first name only, without surname. All right, this is the structure you must follow throughout in your letter, specific for informal letter. Okay. Now have a look with the formal language, that what type of language we are supposed to use as an informal language. It is good idea to use contracted words. For informal language does not mean you can relax and write whatever you like to as you used to write as a text message. Make sure at the end, make sure that you are supposed to write throughout, that ultimately it should be grammatically correct. You cannot use abbreviations like LUV rather than LOVE, because or lol or emoji, acronyms, abbreviations, and emoticons. You are not supposed to use, because it will be totally informal and that you can say that legible language. So we are not supposed to use such kind of language. It should be informal but grammatically correct language. But yes, it is good idea if we are using contracted words, because that shows our informal language. I am, I would, I did, didn't, hadn't. So these are the contracted words. It is good idea if you write as an informal letter. Okay. Now below are the some few more range of informal language that you can use in your informal letter. First is stating a purpose, where you are writing that why you are writing this letter to that person. In that case, you can write that I am just writing to let you know that, and you can mention the situation. Or else I am writing to let you about, and you can continue. As a introduction paragraph, you can write this way. Okay. Then apologizing, depending upon the situation, that what you need to add in your informal letter. When it comes to apologizing, you can write that I am very sorry about. You can see, students, that I have used contracted words. I am. All right. So this kind of using of contracted words makes you very clear that you are very much aware about the languages that shows, and ultimately it will improve your scores as well. But remember not to use such kind of contracted words when it is formal or semi-formal letter. All right, otherwise पूरा का पूरा उल्टा पड़ जाएगा हमारा. Okay, so you are supposed to use such kind of contracted words only in informal language. Other word you can use that I would like to apologize for, and you can mention. Then when you are asking for some help or a suggestion, or you are requesting something, in that case you can write that it would be really grateful if you could. See, of course it is an informal language, but simultaneously we are not ordering something. So ultimately our language should be generous. I was wondering if you would give me a hand with. When you are requesting, when you are asking for the help, then of course we need to be generous. We cannot just simply say that help me that way. Of course, we need to use such kind of requesting language. I was wondering if you would do me a favor. Then expressing the satisfaction. I was over the moon to hear that. And then you can express the moment of satisfaction. I was thrilled to find out that or about. And giving a bad news. I am afraid that I have a bit of bad news for you. And the ending. You can just simply say all the best as well. So these are the informal language you can use in your informal letter. Out of these phrases, remember few phrases very clearly and आपको वही phrase आपकी practice में constantly use करने हैं, so that you can have these phrases in your mind very clearly, that how you can use and where you can use. Okay, now let's have a look with the sample letter that we have recently started work in a new company. Then you need to write a letter to an English speaking friend, and in your letter, bulleted point 1, explain why you changed jobs. Bulleted point 2, describe your new job. And bulleted point 3, tell him or her your other news as well. Because it is informal language, they are asking for something other news as well. That's what you can add. फॉर्मल लेटर होते हैं तो इनमें सब पॉइंट टू पॉइंट बातें होती है. इनफॉर्मल लेटर ऑफ कोर्स यू आस्क फॉर द हेल्थ एज वेल. घर में सब ठीक है कि नहीं, होप he or she is doing well. So that's what even you communicate apart from the topic as well. So that's what they are asking for. Now let's have a look with the model answer. Just have a look with the letter. Dear, and the simply name of that person without the surname. I'm just writing to let you know I quit my old job and found something new. Over here, I have used a contracted verse. I have clearly stated that why I am writing this letter to the person. And after that, I am adding a bulleted points that I was really explain that why you changed the jobs. That is your bulleted point 1. And the answer of that bulleted point 1 is in this paragraph, that I was really fed up with being a brain surgeon because it was not really much of a challenge anymore. And you know me, if I am not learning new tricks, I get bored too easily and have to find something new. See, you can see in this paragraph as well, I have used such kind of semi-formal, informal languages. Can anyone find it out that which are informal words I have used in this paragraph? I have used specific informal words in this paragraph. Can anyone just point out those kind of words? Yes, you know me. Yes. Contracted words. Yes, Nelson. I have used I am. So that is contracted word. Yes. Then board, very nice. Okay, the another good word I have used as a, you can see over here that I have used first fed up. Fed up comes as an informal language. Then another is the contracted word that it was not, right? Then of course this is addressing to that person directly, that is you know me, and then the semicolon. Then I have used if I am is again comes in a semi-formal. Then tricks also comes as a semi-informal one. Then I get, and see, you can see that whole language is very easily written. There are no such kind of high or heavy words I have used. So that is why ultimately it is becoming informal language. I get bored too easily. So bored too easily, those whole sentence and each words comes as a simplest language, which is ultimately informal one. Then second paragraph is bulleted point 2 that describe a new job. That's what mentioned in this second paragraph, that I am now teaching English as a foreign language in Vietnam and it suits me down to the ground. I teach 2 adult classes and a kindergarten class, which is not only challenging but also rewarding too. Can you believe it? So again, I am getting a bit personal in my writing by adding a question mark afterward. That can you believe it? So thus this kind of combination of sentence structures along with the language as well, which is very important, that makes your letter informal throughout. All right. Then next one paragraph is that tell him or her your other news. In this, I also have some other amazing news. I'm getting married. She was one of my first ever students, and I guess it was love at first sight for both of us. Make sure you keep the first weekend in July free so you can come and celebrate with us. See, there is a personal news that I am adding in my letter as a third bulleted point. Even though in this case as well, the news I am giving, that is again informal, and I am mentioning that how it happened. It is not about just that I have just clearly mentioned the news, but ultimately I have added that how it happened as well. So that shows some kind of personal relations and the informal language you need to use throughout in your letter writing. And you can see the ending afterwards, that keep in touch, stay in touch, and just a name. Okay, just have a look with this informal letter again. You will have an idea. This is simplest one. The language used in this letter is throughout easy, and the vocabulary used are not formal at all. See, even you can make out very clearly. अगर आप अपने friend के साथ बात कर रहे हो and आप बोलोगे उसे कि I would request you if you do this for me. I'm insisting you. So these kind of words, if you are using this kind of formal word, you are using with your friends, so आपके friend भी चक्कर खा जाएंगे कि भी ये क्या हो रहा है उसे, right? So somewhat just a joke apart, you need to write informal language throughout, but make sure we are writing on a examination of IELTS. And so just because we used to write in our WhatsApp or that text message, we are not supposed such kind of abbreviations or acronyms or emoticons. But yes, such kind of language we need to use throughout. All right? Clear? Any doubts? Any doubts with the informal letter? All right. I hope everyone is clear with the informal letter. And I would insist that you try writing such kind of informal letter by today only, so that you can use today's languages I have taught you. आज मैंने जो भी informal language और in phrases मैंने आपको दिखाए, that's what you have noted down. So वो सब आप आज के दिन में अगर ऐसे letter लिख रहे हो, so you can have revised today's lecture as well, and it would be very clear fundamentally in your mind. So in fact not only today, I would insist कि हर बार हमारे जो भी टीचर्स आपको सेशंस अटेंड करते हैं, आप उसके बाद प्रैक्टिस दोस सेशन विथ एक्सरसाइज और होमवर्क on same day, so that you can have a clear idea about what we have taught on the lecture. All right, that is it for today's session. We'll meet next time soon. Till then, bye bye, tata, sayonara. Okay.